there and he was super nice, very down to earth, and he started asking me a lot of questions. Little did I know he was actually like going off a list because he was like looking for potentially, and he has this whole list. He's like, she has to have a hobby, she has to have some interest, she has to do this and that. And I just thought we were having the best conversation ever. We were talking about my book, neuroscience, and the fact that he could keep up with the conversation to me was very attractive, because you have to have a certain amount of interest and intellect to want to talk about these things. I thought I was boring him, but anyway, I got home and I got a DM from him and asked me if I could tell him more about my book. So obviously we started talking on Twitter and we decided to come back a second time, which so happened this time to visit me instead. And then the third time, and then this time I went back with him to America for like a month. And yeah, from there we started going out. It's kind of crazy.
So how did you meet Jimmy?
Honestly, I feel like most people wouldn't believe. It's like, it's literally...
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not
Monster Hunter now, mobile gameplay.
My words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Livicott.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
Monster Hunter now, mobile gameplay.
If some misfortune came upon you,
That thing's supposed to smell like it burning.
You, for a start, my dear doctor.
Did you put it on a timer or just the temperature?
I understand your need for solitude.
I can turn it off, you say?
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor. And my family despises me.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has
Monster
not
Hunter
been
now,
all bad
mobile
for the city.
gameplay.
No, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophony, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Peaceful? That's quite an unusual way to speak about the epidemic. And very inappropriate, I must say.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
If you say so. But as
Who
a physician,
is that big boy?
I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposures.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the secret of
No soon tell lie, mamas.
only where the weak dare not.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I
Big
see some equity in the
boy.
Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
Tell me, Mr. Niven, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
In what way exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox, the stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes.
Oh, Steve, if I could have break up strawberry.
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Yogurt.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir, Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much, and that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel? if she moves uptown.
Do you need medical attention?
Maybe.
I will see you later. Tell me, Mr. Lilliput, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear...
What can you...
Not much.
In what way? Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Lilliput.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
I'll leave you. Good evening.
And good evening.
You don't really make a living from your scribblings, do you, Richard?
No, sir, I don't. I work so hard. I put all my time, my energy, my devotion into the precise carving of words.
When she was younger, my mother was a painter and a poet. She told me many times how poor her artist friends were, and how she helped them.
My parents pay for my rent, my food, and my clothes. All I have to give them in return is lies they do not believe.
You seem embarrassed.
Someday I hope to proudly offer my first publication to my parents. Until that day, I'll remain the failure of a son they have to support.
I'll leave you. This man stunned me with his face. His crucifix. This is not good news. Doing this. Despicable. Tell me about Richard Nethercote. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia. Yep. Very well. Very well.
Good evening, Doctor.
Good. Good evening, Master.
Shane.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Goodbye, Peter. It's locked, all right. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Got smoking. When I was hungry, it wasn't ready. So. You're bright. Eyes bright. Huh? Eyes bright. Hello, my boy. Yes. Yes. Today we're watching a movie. Except it's an interactive movie.
It's locked.
And there are no do-overs with the conversation choices. Let me be specific. Because I've died a few times. Give me out a little touch up there. Do you think their taste buds are so sensitive
I cannot
that
enter.
give them such bland things to start off with? Or is it that them taste buds don't even build yet for them to taste now? Break down too much things, okay, so as plain as it can be. Okay. Okay.
Good evening, Lisa.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow here.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competitions?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Belgium?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Loretta, your miraculous formula wouldn't even cure a common cold, and you know it.
The Swanborough's cordial's secret ingredient is hope, Doctor. And it's something people around here really need.
A placebo effect is real and has benefit. But in your case, you could be murdering your customers who may die because they are not receiving the necessary medical attention.
Medical attention? In Whitechapel. Trust me, my cordial is the best option they have, since it is the only one.
If your true purpose was to help, you wouldn't take money from the poor for your sin.
Oh, but to pay for it is part of the process, Doctor. If it were free, they wouldn't believe in it.
I'd like to start.
Or that good work.
Good evening.
Okay.
Goodbye, miss.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the match
Good evening.
I'm afraid
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shocked, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
the doctors called me a liar. Cam. Took me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
What about those we left behind, face down in the mud? You want to change places with them? You cannot waste your chance at life this way.
It's not that simple. I wouldn't have expected you to understand. I don't even know why I spoke to you in the first place.
A gun, alcohol.
They're practicing now.
evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Oh, goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical report says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Strange man was at the door with the pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nindercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned. Goodbye.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are weary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Mithercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Mithercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can easily find him behind the church.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Listen. On. You've explained other scenarios where the dad reacts like that. So, unfortunately, the most Jay can do is just grin and bear it. He said something about him wanting to come and have school. Isn't that why you haven't About what exactly?
What their goals and schedules are. This study next time we and the staff. But I also think that you can turn it of the artist one to cover.
Okay.
And same time he's a child.
Yes.
We don't have to. On a Friday over time you come from school, end of the week, do all the work, do all the homework, everything. Even the time you chill out, you don't want to, but the thing is, most of the time, it's home alone. Not right. Play. And it's a case where they're alone because one of the dog.
Right.
So it must be
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, good sir. Can I be of any help?
They don't sit with him until
And monitor it, right.
Them just study.
May I ask you a few questions?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane,
Understand
a nurse who lives in
just
this
talk to
vicinity.
understand
Dorothy
the organs are
Crane.
better.
I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of it.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. It was pretty. 5 years of primary school, chill, and then the 1 year before graduate, they go on bush.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
I see what you're saying. But it also just sounds like they are reacting to what may have happened, or their interpretation of him being rude.
Which is them not giving him a chance. So yes, probably can speak or hear whatever. But they're always
The content of Darius' letter
they're never going to give him a
his
chance.
children could give me more leverage
You
to
could
it.
have actually fall asleep left the game. And not
Darius
be
is a
up all
bit
night
less of a
gaming.
mystery now. It should not be that
You know, but
difficult
always
to
there.
incite him to let me.
So yes, I get what you're saying, and if I could interject, but as somebody and looking at it from their perspective solely, who has had to deal with him doing that multiple times, they know that if him fall asleep with the tablet, it's probably because him was using it till really late. So to ask them to allow him to explain himself is a little silly. Just a little bit. If you go in J's room when he's here and you see him spread out and the tablet on, you're not gonna think he went to bed at a reasonable time and just forgot to turn the tablet off. Even if he told you that, I don't think you're gonna believe that. So Jay also needs to be more responsible and know that him have a bedtime, and all the trust that they give him, because that's what it is at this point. They would have trusted him to put himself to bed at a respectful time, and instead them go in him room in the morning and see him spread out with the tablet on. It's gonna be hard to ask them to consider anything else other than what it looked like, which is that him stay up past him bedtime and so late that him drop asleep with the tablet. And maybe them go in there and catch him with porn on the tablet. Would Jay tell you that? That them come in the room and see the porn and him never on him draws to prevent him from doing that. Cool. So then let's stick to what we know then. So probably some game. So he also has a responsibility to know that 10 o'clock come or whatever in bedtime supposed to be, just go to your bed. Because if you stay up till even 10:30 and drop asleep, them going to come in the room at 7 o'clock in the morning and set a tablet on and him sleeping. So I'm not sure what it is you could say to them with them reacting to what seems to be a blatant abuse of their mistrust. How do you explain that? If Jay did say to you, Mommy, I leave on the tablet at 9:30 when I went to bed, because bed is 10 o'clock, or I left the tablet on when I went to bed at 7:30, and you go in there Saturday morning and you see him spread out, gone sleep, and the tablet on, you're not going to ask him, hey Jay, where are you? Did you turn this off before your bedtime? You fell asleep? You know what I mean? So I'm not sure what you could say to them, because it seems like it's just a reaction to that, and I assume or I figure come Sunday or come Monday, if him spend the weekend putting on a show like him actually reading, and I'm hoping, I'm not saying that that's what he's doing, but if they're not checking it, they just want to see it happen. If him go read in the room and let them see him for a couple hours over the weekend, I'm pretty sure that they'll give him a tablet. It doesn't seem like this is some structured thing where it's like you can't use the tablet anymore at all. It's like, hey, I tell you, don't do this and you do it, I'm going to come in your room, I'm going to see that. Not saying that it's okay for him to shout either, but if that's what's happening and they're not beating him, you can take a little rough up. That's a little silly on him to know that that's how they're going to react and fall asleep with the tablet, even if he truthfully did go to his bed at an appropriate time. The impression that it gives them is that he never listened to them and he was disobedient. And I'm pretty sure he knows that he saw them still. But yeah, Jay can come whenever you want. I just don't want you to be doing it like you're rescuing him. Yeah. Him can come because he lives here.
Goodbye.
Not to be rescued from what is unfortunate due punishment. You just need to go read some book, make them see him, ask them some question, and make them feel satisfied that yes, he is doing some work, and then you can respectfully ask them for the tablet. So before you suggest anything to them, I would say suggest to Jay that he should spend an hour, set an alarm, and spend an hour going over some work that he's done.
It's locked away.
And you can ask them to quiz him on it. So them involved and them know for sure, yeah, the boy really had the work, you know?
I cannot enter.
And then if they're not willing to do that, then that's a completely different story. You know what I mean? No, you have to just trust that if him say he was doing the work for 2 hours, he was doing work for 2 hours, and him deserve to can use him tablet after doing work for 2 hours. You know what I mean? So if it is that he does that, ask them to be involved, and then not being involved, and then they don't want to reward him for what he says he's done, then I think you can say something. You know what I mean?
Good evening, Major.
I'm afraid.
A gun?
Good.
I'd like to see what comes.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man,
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick,
Boy, though. Oh, yeah.
abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Potter.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though. If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am
Hello, my boy.
Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane.
Like myself and many people in this area, Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family.
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, he could have won our revolution.
Did you refuse to publish Richard Nethercott's previous works, Darius?
Yes, his manuscript is as pompous as he is starched. Now there's a man who loves the sound of his own voice.
You could have told him so.
As a great writer recently said, politeness is the most acceptable hypocrisy.
Can you say something? So I'm not saying, why is this?
Tell me everything.
Too many. Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days
So
are
there's an
numbered.
achievement.
I know I won't see my homeland again.
I can unlock if I don't
fought
kill
for
any
Romania all
humans.
my life, and I will until my last breath.
So
Romania escaped the
I could
grasp
be
of
much
the
stronger than I am
Austro-Hungarian
now.
Empire. It's a free
If I
country again.
was
Not a
killing
country I
these
fought
people that are talking.
My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. But I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Bronchitis.
Well, if you... Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu. It's locked. It's locked, all right. What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
We did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis. It's locked, all right.
I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadiest streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
So I've played this before, right? And I remember this part. But because I was killing people, by the time I got here, all of these sick people were vampires.
It's locked.
When science fails you, this elixir will give...
Good.
Goodbye, Mr. It's locked, all right.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Goodbye, Mr.
Still want more from Christina?
When we spent the night together, my wallet went missing.
Are you calling me a thief? I don't have your stupid wallet.
I know you. You're a nice girl. Can't we solve this amicably?
No, I don't think so. And if you think you know me just because we shared the bed together, you're just a lousy and arrogant journalist.
I cannot enter. Good evening, Christina. Did you steal Clayton Darby's wallet? Tell me the truth, Christina.
Of course I stole it. But I never thought he would come back to look for it.
Why did you do it? He seems to trust you.
For a time, I thought he was different from other men. In the end, he just wanted to sleep with me, same as the others.
I care nothing for your story or your anger. You stole from him, so at the very least you share the responsibility.
Believe what you want. I don't care.
Goodbye, Miss. Tell me, Clayton.
Christina.
If you...
During my, the next one.
You're right. I know little of your situation. What can you tell me about Christina?
She's very sensitive. So nostalgic about her country. I saw her cry once because she'd lost a precious souvenir from her homeland.
What was it?
The scarf her brother gave her before she came to England.
Why are you so concerned? You seem to have something on your mind, Mr. Dunn.
We could make peace if I could find it and give it back to her. I'm afraid she lost the scarf somewhere during her night shift.
Goodbye. Good shit. Goodbye.
Oh. Say country. Can't come outside. Thank you.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy!
Mama.
human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately. I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.